Hello, good people. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Give me a moment to set up. Give me a moment to set up. What is going on? Hopefully your day went well. Okay, it showed up finally. Ah, minute. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? Okay, everything looks good. All right. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. As you all know, today is my spin day. Today is my spin day. Today is my spin day. So you see the topic, lost wallet and financial chat. No, I did not lose my wallet today. No, I did not lose my wallet today. However, in the past, I did lose my wallet, and I will tell that story while I am going through this, How was your day, folks? How was your day? Welcome in. As usual, you must be 18 to participate in the chat. You must be 18 to participate in the chat. Welcome in all. Welcome in. What am I going to do first? Okay. Once again, like I mentioned the last time that I was on live or doing my walking and talking, I mentioned about, it might have been Stellantis, not quite sure, but one of the U.S. automakers laying off between 1,100 to 1,200 people, etc., employees, union workers. So now I have another story here. Like I mentioned, that I have been seeing stories ever since they got done mid, yeah, mid-November with the contracts and all this other good stuff, and then everybody is doing kumbaya, everything is over, all the good stuff. But ever since then, I've been seeing these reports about Stellantis and now GM having layoffs, etc. But this one has a happy ending. Supposedly, they use the word anticipates in the story, so it is my hope that things work out well for these folks. But this was a story from The Hill on News Nation. It's dated December 15th at 11:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by Itala Giorno. And the title is GM to lay off 1,300 workers in Michigan as Chevy ends Camaro Bolt production. Wow, didn't know that the Camaro and the Bolt were going to be going away, but seems to be the case, And the story mentions GM disclosed plans to lay off 1,300 workers from two Michigan plants as it ends production of the iconic Chevrolet Camaro. And it is iconic, folks. It is iconic. And the electric Chevrolet Bolt. It says GM will lay off 945 workers from the Orion subsystem facility in Lake Orion, Michigan. Yes, so here we are. And the story goes on to say that it's supposed to happen on January the 2nd. So right as the new year comes in, so in quite a few days, 12, 13 or so days, these folks will be without a job. Possibly, these folks will be without a job. The story goes on to say, as a result, about 350 employees will be affected beginning January 2nd. GM anticipates, keyword, having job opportunities for all impacted team members per the provisions of the United Auto Workers GM National Agreement. I do hope that that does come to fruition. I do hope that these 350 employees, but the story goes on to say, well, the title of the story says 1,300 workers will be affected. 1,300 workers will be affected. So it's my hope that they do find other things for these people, do other job opportunities for these folks. So, and they, in the story, it mentioned about they gave as much notice as they possibly could because of the negotiations that were going on, etc. But in my brain, like, okay, you're over here, like you guys are over here striking, and we're over here trying to make a deal with you. And we can debate about whether they were trying to make a deal in good faith or not. That's neither here nor there. But in my brain, in the back of their mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to find a way to get you. I'm going to find a way to get you on the back end. And the way that I'm going to get you on the back end is to cut out some of these jobs because some things aren't working, et cetera, et cetera. And they have ways to do and show what isn't working, and people outside of the folks that work there will see it also and too. But yeah. And they said that they were providing as much notice as practical under the circumstances. Okay. Alrighty. And it says here, Orion Assembly will also wrap up production of electric trucks, including the Chevrolet Silverado EV and GMC Sierra EV in late 2025. Facility expansions, including new body and paint shops and new general assembly and battery pack assembly areas, are in the works. And of course, the Hill asked for a comment, and they decided not to give a comment, etc. So it keeps, like I mentioned, I keep seeing these stories after they got this new contract negotiations with the United Auto Workers, and now they're laying off folks, etc. Like I mentioned before, my father-in-law worked there, and there were times when they were talking about it was slow, and they were not having to work, et cetera, et cetera. That type of, I guess, planned layoff where probably, some of their salary, maybe all of their salary went on as normal. I don't know because I didn't get into the thick of it. But yeah, got to be prepared at all times. And it is my hope that the auto workers there that have been there for a while know that these type of things happen besides just striking and they got a contract coming, that the work production is getting slow. The technology has changed a lot. A lot of people are trying to do hybrid and electric and not so much gasoline powered, but people can't afford such. So you have to kind of sort of be in the loop, trying to sort of keep abreast of the information that's happening in all the areas, and everything is political because we know that they are, the car makers are giving these politicians money, and not just for free or for no particular, like here's just some money and you don't need to do anything for me. That is not how it works anywhere. That is not how it works anywhere. We're talking the business and in relationships. We know that is not how it works. But yeah, that was it with regards to just make sure you have that emergency fund ready at all times. You're beefing it up, or if it's beefed up, continue to beef it up, whether you are in a union, whether the United Auto Workers or something else, even if you're just working at McDonald's, even if you're just starting fresh out of college. There's a whole lot of things with regards to your personal finance that you need to make sure that you are doing and have in place. Information is power. You have to get the knowledge so that you will know where to start, because there's a lot of information out there and you don't know whether you're going to do the emergency fund first. It depends on what your financial situation is to begin with. If you are, and I'm just using 18 because you are an adult at that particular time, and you may have been working since you were 15 and 9 months or 16, etc. And you may have just been going to the mall and buying t-shirts, etc., which is what young folks tend to do. So depending on where you're starting, if you have some type of credit card debt, it's very little. If you're 18, maybe $300 or $400, etc. You need to know that, debt is the enemy of wealth, and having credit for, things such as, going to the mall and getting a wallet or buying a purse and shoes and clothes and just frivolous stuff, etc., that don't amount to a hill of beans in real life. When you get to be 22 or 23, you look back on like, wow, I wasted a whole lot of money buying stuff that I really didn't need. If you're learning these lessons, these things more sooner than later, it is going to help you. But you need to get the information. So yeah, you always got to protect yourself. You always have to protect yourself. And having that money and emergency fund is going to be key and helpful because you never know when something's going to happen, when your job is going to when your job is going to go away, or you're going to be laid off for a period of time, or something may happen to one person in your household and now you're down to one income. You just never know. So definitely have your stuff in one sock, which is what I'm trying to do and get over here also into. The next thing that I want to talk about was a wallet audit. And I know that the AI Regina show, that I think recently she had her wallet stolen, her purse stolen. And at one time I had my whole entire purse stolen, and I will talk about that. But I want to jump ahead to this little thing first. And I found it in the AARP, the June 2023 edition. It's under Your Money Fraud Watch Wallet Audit. And this was a good thing. And I did mine and I pared it down. I still need to do some more paring down of it, getting it, getting some of the stuff out of it that I really don't need to have in there. Yes, so it says consider these moves now before it's lost or stolen, and that would be your wallet. Consider doing these things now. The One of the things, it's not the first thing, it's not numbered. It says prune your cash. And I know that some people, cash is king, cash is king, cash is king. But you don't want to carry a large sum of cash on you at all times. Not good, not good. Of course, when we're talking about this wallet audit, we're talking about people that may want to take things away from you, like you get robbed, mugged, etc., and you have all of this type of information in your wallet. The thief takes your wallet, and of course the cards, the credit cards, the debit cards, etc. You can go to any store and you don't have to show ID or anything like that with your purchases, etc. Not like it was in the olden days. Yeah, this technology is real good, isn't it? Yes and no, but that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, you don't want to be carrying around a whole lot of cash on you. Back to the main point. You don't want to carry a bunch of cash on you. And there's rarely a good reason to carry large amounts on you. Just think about if you need cash for a particular something, or like me, I try to utilize cash as much as possible. So I just carry the amount of cash that I think/know I'm going to need when I go and do my spend days, etc. And then sometimes I use my debit card. Also into. So just take what it is that you need, and then you can just replenish your cash as you need, because you don't want to have lots of cash on you. You get robbed and that is gone. That cash is gone. No way to get it back. And it mentions in here about your Medicare card, only taking that with you when you go to your appointments. And it says in here, in the wrong hands, your Medicare number may be used for a variety of scams, including filing for false claims and reimbursements. Very interesting, and something for me. Well, for the folks that is something for me to keep in mind just a moment or two down the road. The Medicare card. Do not this article is saying don't carry it around with you. Only take it with you. Only take it with you when you go to your appointments. It says about a blank check. I don't know who's on a personal basis dealing with checks anymore, because people are doing the credit card, debit card, cash apps, and all these other things, etc. like that. Of course, we have what's left is going to be our credit card, our debit cards, our driver's license, or some type of state ID, and we may have our passport in there too. And I keep my passport on me just in case something jumps off and I'm getting on the plane and I'm getting out of here. Make sure that the passport is up to date. And of course, I will be going to some place that does not require a visa, or I can get into a place, that type of thing. But yeah, you got your credit card, your debit card, your driver's license, or some type of state ID, or the passport, your health insurance card, other than your Medicare card, because was just mentioned, only take that to your appointments. And you possibly might have some cash on you, what have you. And that's pretty much what is left in your wallet or some of the things that should be in your wallet. It says one credit card, have one credit card, have one credit card on you, the one that you utilize all the time, the one that you utilize all the time. And this may be hard for some folks because we may be used to carrying around maybe 2 or 3 credit cards, etc. And I get it and I understand because I have more than, well, I have 2. Yeah, I just have 2 in my thing and I need to get it down to 1. So some of the folks like myself that is working on our debt-free journey, and it is possible that if one of our goals after we are debt-free to where we can just have the one credit card and make all of our purchases with that one credit card, and then, in 30 days, pay the credit card off, then that is a good thing. Some of us, I know that I am on that journey. If some of us can get to that point, then that is a great thing. But the rule of thumb is, you just want to carry around one credit card because, of course, we're back to the thieves. Once they see that you have more, then they can just rotate using them at the different stores and online where they go, etc. Then, yeah, because they got the 3-digit code on the back so they can do their online purchases also. And too, we have to be careful because these thieves and criminals that are out here, they want what it is that you got and they will scam you, me, and the next person. So we have to make sure that we are doing the things to protect ourselves and our families, and make sure that if you are the lady of the house, the woman of the house, etc., that you are expressing these things to your spouse, because some of your stuff may be tied up, etc. You both may be an authorized user on cards, or all this type of thing. So information is power. Sharing information is a good thing, folks. Sharing information is a good thing because you can just share the information and folks can decide whether they want to utilize it or not. Now, in the case of your spouse, now they should want to listen to you if you're telling them, hey, you don't want to be carrying a whole bunch of stuff around in your wallet. Not good. If you get robbed or et cetera, you open up your wallet and something falls out, you can't hear it fall on the floor, etc. Then, and people aren't honest, then you got a whole big mess to unravel. It's going to probably take you more time to call these places and unravel all of these things, cut off automatic payments, but that's another thing I'll talk about. Yeah, trying to get down to only one card, folks, one card. And of course, when you're going to do the audit, the wallet audit, you're going to take everything out of your wallet, place it on a table, and look to see what you got. And I know that some people may or may not have business cards in their wallets. And some people might just take a picture of stuff. That's what I do. If they got a business card, I'll just take a photo of it and I just have it in my, in my phone. I've gotten that good with the technology that, hey, I don't want to be carrying around all of these pieces of paper, etc. So just take it out and sort out everything, all the things. It also says on here, consider carrying a wallet multi-tool. And you all know what it does everything. There's a can opener. What else does it have? It has like a little Phillips head part, Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and a whole host of other things. A little ruler. It says consider carrying one of those things around because you never know when you might need a Phillips head screwdriver or another like that, etc. And also another thing that just came to my brain, for the folks that have the iPhones that have the SIM card, that you put the SIM card actually in there, then make sure you have one of those tools also into. And I know that I think they have like the electronic SIM now. Not quite sure, but I saw that when I was getting my track phone. So, but yeah, that multi-tool thing is a good something to have in case you have some type of emergency. It's going to be very handy. Exactly. Yeah, Regina. And also with regards to your credit cards, debit cards, and your Medicare cards, etc., any other type of health, make sure that you make a copy of those things and of course it should have them, in case the card is lost or stolen, etc., the 1-800 number, the contact number, and a website to call. So if these items are stolen, you're able to call someone quickly, etc. You have a copy of it. You can give them all the numbers, etc., all the things that they ask for, and so they can shut down your accounts. They can shut down your accounts quickly. Yeah, it's just going to make your life a whole lot easier, give you some peace of mind. But yeah, you definitely have to make copies of everything, folks. If you don't have a, the all-in-one, the multifunctional printer copier type thing at your home, go to the FedEx office or Staples, etc. Make copies of all these things. And if you need to add additional information about that particular card on the copies, then do so, and then put that information in a safe place in your home. And if something like this happens to you, immediately, okay, I'm going to back up. If something like this happens to you and they don't take your phone, you can use your phone and call your bank and get all these things, done, and all these things stopped, canceled, etc., cut it off, etc. If they do take your phone, then it's go home and meet or call the police. And while you're calling the police, you're driving home and get your copies, call those places and get that stuff canceled. Let them know that you just been robbed, etc. Yeah, and make sure you do the front and the back, and of course put it in a safe place under lock and key, etc. Make sure that you do that. And of course, you all know that they have these, like the AirTags, and they have Tile. They may have other ones also too. I don't know those particular names, where the electronic wallet trackers or anything trackers, you can put it on anything and track it, etc. And a lot of folks are doing some nefarious things, and they may be putting things inside of, their mate's car, just in case they might be sleeping in the next room or something other like that. But yes, but the range of those things is, from what I understand, is not all that great, but it's still something to consider. Yeah, they are more for finding a lost wallet, than for theft type of stuff. But it's still something. But it's still something to consider. It is still something to consider. Like if you want when you make copies of your credit cards and all of these things, credit cards, medical cards, debit cards, etc., and you put that in a particular location, you may want to put an air tag in there. How about that? I don't know. Also, it mentions in here about photos. And I know that some people put a photo of their kid, maybe when they were a baby or maybe now or something. But I guess if you do, not telling people not to do something, this article says consider not doing that. For me, what I would say to that is, don't have it like in some, like if you're taking a photo, make sure that the place is like nondescript. I don't know, maybe like a McDonald's or something. I don't know, because you don't want to give any type of clues to, the people that have just stolen your stuff, like, oh, I wonder where they live, et cetera, et cetera. Who knows? And another thing that just came to me, no, it didn't just come to my brain. I wrote it down. If you are in your car and they come and attack you or carjack you, I'll just say it that way. If they carjack you or something other like that, and then they start ransacking through your glove compartment and you have your car registration there, it has your address on it, or it should be maybe your current address. Hopefully you don't have one. Well, it's possible that people move, but in this scenario, it has your current address on it, so now they know where you live, and they may come back at a later time and try to do something with you also too. So definitely you're going to have to call the police. You're going to have to call the police, whether it was a carjacking or not, etc. But just a reminder about if you're robbed or something other like that, or your car is broken into overnight or something like that, and they rummage through your glove compartment and your car I guess if your car is out someplace and they'll just pick a car random, you're not at your home, and then they have the information to a person's home, etc., and then they come back. So be mindful about that also too. But yeah, with regards to the photos, this article, like I mentioned, so you should ditch that. Don't have any photos in your thing. And of course, you got your phone. You can put your kids in your phone. Yep. The Social Security card. The Social Security card is another big one, folks. The Social Security card is another big one. You don't need it. You do not need it. You do not need to have it in your wallet at all, period. You do not need to have your Social Security card in your wallet. There are other ways that people can, find out who you are legitimately, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not knowing of the places that ask for social security numbers, even over the phone. Well, there is one or two places that have asked me that over the phone, et cetera, and I trust these folks. Also, don't carry around your house key. Don't carry around your house key in your wallet. Do not do that. Do not do that. Because if you got the in the glove compartment, if you got the car registration or some other type of mail in your glove compartment and they're, carjacking, etc., and you got the key there in your wallet, they got your wallet and they rummaged your thing, now they've connected, they're coming back to get you. And of course, now you're going to have to go and, of course, you're going to report it to the police and you're going to have to go and get a whole new door lock, door lock thing, etc. So yeah, so a wallet audit is a good thing to do. Like I mentioned, I did one myself. I still have some things in there that I need to get rid of, take out of there, etc., and put in a safe place. And yes, that's not that it's part two, but I'm going to call it part two for the purposes of this talk. You have to have a safe place in your home where you are going to put these copies of things and other items also into. Like if you're going to have if you're not going to carry around your passport like I do, then you're going to have a safe place for that. All the things that I mentioned, of course. If you have not extra credit cards, if you have more than one credit card, those credit cards, those debit cards, because some people deal with different banks and they have debit cards for different banks, because a lot of people just don't bank in one place. And I think that is a good thing overall. That is a good thing overall, not to bank at one place. Make sure that you have these things under lock and key and that they are triple locked and box is locked, and then the inside of another box that's locked, and inside of another box that's locked. So I think my iPad is it's getting warm. I am going to turn on this fan, so let me know in the chat if you can hear the fan. You still hear me over the fan, I should say. Let me know in the comments, because I don't want this thing to get hot and then the live is going to go away and I don't have to keep starting it. And it's going to be on the lowest. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, I'm going to turn this on. Okay. All right, Wanda, focus. Need a little electricity to help with that. Yeah. All right, it is on. Let me know if you can still hear me over the fan. I'm going to keep on this topic for a little bit. I am going to keep on this topic for a little bit. So, when this was a few years ago, me and the thrift store, I lost my entire purse in the thrift store. I remember it clearly. I went to the thrift store. It was early morning, and my two youngest grandchildren were with me. And sometimes they're a little busy. They weren't busy like, in there keeping a ruckus or anything like that going on, because I don't do that. I don't play that. But they were with me as I was watching them and all that good stuff. So in there just doing my regular stuff, and I must have taken it off and set it down on one of the counters or shelves or something or another. And when I'm just going around, because sometimes when your grandkids are with you or some other folks are with you, I just got a little sidetracked because I'm into them, making sure they're okay, making sure I'm okay. I'm trying to shop, find a deal, etc. And I just must have taken it off of my shoulder and placed it somewhere while maybe I was trying to do or try on a shirt or another pocketbook or something or another, and voila, it was gone. Did not realize it until I got to the counter, tried to pay for my stuff. I did not have my wallet. So I called the police right then and there. And I did have my phone with me still. So, yeah, it was horrific. And someone found it. Thank God someone found it. So whoever took my purse, placed it inside of a toy, one of those little elephant toys. It has the little things, and it's like, not balloons, but I remember what the thing, because I bought my grandchildren one of those at one time. So yeah, they had placed my pocketbook inside of one of the toys, and I guess they're going to come back later to get it, etc. And maybe they forgot. I don't know. But by the grace of God, some woman picked it up and found the information, somehow or another got a hold of me, because I don't think my phone number was in there. But anyway, thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness, she found it. I went to pick it up. I gave her a reward. I wanted to take her out to dinner, all those other stuff. I was just so thankful and grateful. I was blessed. But in the interim, I had to call. You have to call all of these places to stop the stuff, to freeze your accounts, to cancel your accounts, cancel the credit cards, cancel the debit cards. You got to call the bank. You got to call the police, the bank, everything, the stores, etc. You have to call everybody. You have to call everybody, and you have to go online and undo all of the automatic payments that you have done for any and everybody. You are in a state of shock because this horrific thing has happened to you, and you can't think clearly. You can't think about all of the places that you have automatic payments to. You're just not thinking because you're in shock. So as these places come to you, you do it, and then you go back into your shock, and then you remember something, then you go and do that. It is just a whole mess, a whole mess. Then after you do that, once everything is cleared up, if you are fortunate to where you can, get your stuff, even after you get your stuff back, it's a wash. You have to do it all over again because you terminated, canceled those accounts, etc. So now you have to order new credit cards, new debit cards, get new, checking accounts, savings accounts, etc. Because you want to do everything. You want everything to be brand new. You want everything to be brand new. And yet it is a lot. It is a lot. So having that list of all of your bills, your credit cards, etc. is going to help you, because you will be in shock, and you will need to know all the credit debit cards that you have and all of the accounts that you have going. And while I'm thinking about it, while it's on the brain, if you are doing something like if you are utilizing PayPal for your eBay, and then you're utilizing something else for Amazon, you got to consider all of those things too. And it is a lot, folks. It is a lot. And I get it. Some people may just have the one credit card, and they're using that for everything that's going on, and that is great, and that is very helpful. So that is part of why getting down to the one card is a good something in this particular case. Cash App card. Yeah, okay, Cash App card, okay, yeah, on your phone, etc. And I guess you would have to call them to tell them to cancel it. If the folks, if the thieves took your phone, you would have to call them and say, hey, do that, etc. It's just a whole lot. You're in shock, and you have a whole lot of things to do, to get done, people to call, etc. You're in shock. You call your spouse, they like, oh my God, all that stuff. Once again, just a reminder about the glove compartment, and any type of identifying information that you have in mail, like I said, the car registration or any type of mail that you might be shoving into your car glove compartment. If if your car is parked on the street, not in front of your home, etc., and your car gets broken into, or you are carjacked, not near your home, outside your home, etc., etc., then they're going to rummage through there and then come back later on and try and find you, because that is what they do. And we have to be very careful and aware of our surroundings at all times. But if people want to do dirty and evil to you, they will do such. They will do such. Also, when you're just out here and you're just walking around, etc., and sometimes people will try to protect their money, protect their credit card or credit cards, and they will have things in on their person, in different pockets, etc. Front pocket, back pocket, side pocket, hidden pockets, because you can buy clothing that have hidden pockets and all this other good stuff. And I'm sure that the thieves know this also too. But just be. I'm not saying not to do it, but just be careful with that also too, because sometimes these thieves, they are on the internet and see what all is going on and what all is new in the clothing that can hide, that have hidden pockets. And then sometimes they may make you strip down. They may make you strip down. Take your shoes and socks off. But sometimes people will put, some cash in their socks, etc., or outside of their socks, put it in their shoe, etc., those type of things. So you never know what type of thief you are going to encounter out here. You don't want any of that to happen to anyone, folks. We don't want any of that to happen to anyone. So yeah, just have to be careful. Just have to be careful at all times. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Hopefully your day is going well. It is hump day, folks. Hump day. Day 3, only 2 more to go. Of course, it's Christmas. It is Christmas, and I hope that you are shopping, looking for the deals, watching out for the deals, getting the deals. Yeah, we've always got to be mindful of our money. We know that Christmas is one day, just like all the other holidays is just one day. And I get it. People celebrate Christmas like all of December or the day after Thanksgiving. I get it. Not saying, not telling people not to, but all things in moderation. Once the 26th hits, Christmas is over, and I get it. People will hopefully still be in the spirit, but capitalism will go on, consumerism will go on, and whatever debt you have gotten into, that will show up on your credit card, the next month. I'm not saying for people not to buy it or anything. I don't want people to misunderstand what it is that I am saying right now or have been saying at any particular point in time. But there's always tomorrow, and if you can buy all the things that you want to buy for your loved ones and the folks that you really care about, all like this stuff. No one is saying not to do that, but just remember that tomorrow is going to come. You know your financial situation. If your financial situation is at a place where you really can't afford to give a lot of gifts, any gifts, then don't do it. If you can only afford to do some things, give some gifts, then just do that. If you are on some type of journey, and the particular journey I'm talking about is a financial journey, your budgeting, financial journey, etc., then stick with that, stay on that particular journey, and you can still do and buy all the things that you want to get for your friends, your family, etc., depending on where you are in your journey. If you're just starting, then it may be a little bit hard for you to grasp all the concepts, and you still have the the old mindset, etc., until you get more information and you start to do and apply some of the things that you have learned and will be learning. Trust, it is a process. These things, all this information that you get, you won't be applying it all at one time, etc., because the mindset shift has to happen. And 2024 is almost here, folks. 2024 is almost here, and I've talked about this before. And just briefly, because I got another whole topic to talk about, just briefly, 2024 is almost here, and I talked about the vision boards, vision board. Yes, and I am sure that people are talking about it already. I am sure that they are talking about it already, but having a vision board for some is a good thing. It really helps them to reach their goals, whatever resolutions they have set out for the new year. People are utilizing that vision board and they are accomplishing it, and that is a great thing. So if you are the vision board type person, or the type of person that just write down your goals and the action steps, etc., to help you get on your way, to help you reach your goals and get everything done, great and good on you. Don't stop doing that. Don't stop doing that. If this is your first time learning about vision boards, etc., or hearing about vision boards, that is a good thing. Go on this internet and find out more information about vision boards, because it may be something that may be helpful to you. Trust and believe. Just as with any topic, whether it's financial, spiritual, physical fitness, whatever it is, there is a lot of information out there, and hopefully each person is the type of person they will take in a little bit of information, digest it, then take in some more, and at some point all the information that they take in, they will come to some type of conclusion, resolution, dare I say, and begin to do something with the information that they have, all of the things that they saw, read, seen, that apply to them, and take that in and utilize that to make, in this case, their vision board. So if you're thinking about getting a new car or a used car that's new to you, because I know that some people, new year, new you, and the new you or the new me includes a new car, meaning new car payment, unless you're able to pay cash. Unless you're able to pay cash, you got to plan. You got to plan for it, and you know you're going to be paying for it. What's your financial situation? Can you pay for this new car, new used car, all of that good stuff? So, yeah, and maybe you put the car up there, and 3 years down the road, you got it here, 2024. 3 years from now, I'm going to pay cash for this particular car, new or used. I am going to save towards this. Even if it's something like your Roth IRA or something other like that. Or when you get a bonus, you are going to put the additional bonus money into your 401k. You're going to beef it up to where you're going to put that additional money there, or put it into your Roth IRA, or start an emergency fund with whatever it is that you're going to do. And if you want to put those things on your vision board, then do so. And the vision board is just that. These are the things that you are visualizing. These are the things that you want to happen in your life. You have the picture of the car or the vacation, or your Roth IRA. You want to put that $6,000, $6,500, $7,000 in there a year, etc. You want to open up a business, whatever it is. You want to put a picture if you can find one, or you're going to write out some of the things for that particular vision. So I think a vision board is helpful to some, for some, and if it works for you, if you've been doing it before and it has been helpful, even if you had 5 things on there and one of those things got done, this is just me, that I'm going to continue to do the vision board, because that is helpful. And of course you're doing other things besides the vision board, etc. too, because you have to keep going on and living. So yeah, the vision board is helpful. The vision board is helpful. And I mentioned the things that I'm going to go over now is new year, new you, etc. And I think back in September I was talking about this and maybe some other things. Like, okay, it's September now. Sooner or later, the new year is going to come around. And like they always say, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we hope to be here to see the new year, even just tomorrow, because each day is a blessing. So I mentioned back then in September, I do believe that September would probably be a good time. September, October would probably be a good time to start getting some information together as to what it is that you want to do for the next year, whatever it is that you want to do for the next year, or start your cleanup of some of the things that you, for your financial part, I'm just talking financially here, and maybe if you could think of other things, cleaning up some of the stuff in 2023 so you don't carry them over into 2024. In whatever area that may be, whatever area that may be, I'm just going to talk about the financial part. And this comes from the Budget Mom, and I mentioned her a few times before. She has a YouTube channel and she has a website, and on her website she has a resource library. It is a great resource library. You can go there and print out things to utilize that will be helpful to you in your financial journey. And of course, there's information all over the place that you can pay for, or if you have time, look for, find for, and get it for free, etc. All of that good stuff. But this one was the Financial Freshness, a financial spring cleaning checklist from the Budget Mom. And these are some, I'm going to read off some of the things and give a little commentary on it. So it goes for 30 days. I think it's 30 or 31 days. All the things that you can do each day. It goes for 30 days. All the things that you can do each day. And like I mentioned before, the last time I mentioned, which might have been last week, was that I, jump around on here and do some of the things, when I can. Not each and every day. When I can, I'll go over to the list and see if there's something that I can do right then and there, so that I can actually check it off, and not like, okay, I'm going to look at it and do part of it. No, I'm not going to do that. On day one, it says, make a financial goals checklist. List out all of your financial goals in order of importance, such as paying off high interest debt, saving for a dream vacation, etc. Like I said, this was a financial freshness, so this is about your personal finance, etc. This is what it says on day one to do. Now, everyone is going to do something differently depending on their situation. So this is just a little guide that she came up with. Underneath day one, about the make a financial goals checklist. Determine goal amounts for each goal, as well as timelines such as short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. And this kind of sort of in my brain goes back to, of course, just writing out your goals and putting down the action steps. And when you put down the action steps, you're going to put a date by it. What, like action step number 1, what is action? An emergency fund, a $1,000 emergency fund. And then you're going to put the action step that you're going to take to do it. Will it be coming out of your regular pay? Will you be doing side hustles to achieve that? And if you put down side hustles, if you want to, you can put down what type of side hustles. DoorDash, Uber Eats, just doing Uber, whatever it may be, babysitting, whatever it is, depending on how detailed and specific you want to be with each action step you need, then that is great. Each person is different. And then put a date that you want to have the $1,000 emergency fund set up. That type of thing. And it says to label it short term, medium term, and long term. And folks have different ideas as to what short term, long term, or medium term is. So yeah, you can go and look up what works for you. How long do you think at that particular moment in time will it take you to get the $1,000 for that? If it's 6 months or a year, I think that's considered short term, but nonetheless. Day 2, it says organize financial emails and documents into digital or physical folders, or maybe both, just depending on how you are. Some people like the pieces of paper, which I do, but I need to move away from that a little bit. Some people like the pieces of paper, and some people like things digital, electronic, etc. And there are some, places that everything is electronic. You have to go online to do things. It is what it is. But if there's a way to print out something after I've done something online electronic so I can have a backup in case something comes around, oh, then I do that. Oh, yeah, I do that. I print it out. Yeah. It has on here for day 2. Go through your emails and create folders for such things as invoices, bills, payment notices, etc. If you have any financial paperwork such as W-2s, bills, invoices, etc., create a physical folder for them. Create a physical folder for them. And while I'm just here on that, something just came into my brain. We have to be mindful that our phones and these machines, they are a great thing to have. They are a great thing to have. And I know they got stuff in the cloud and you can get extra storage and all this other stuff. And, we're hoping, I should say, we are hoping that when we put things in these drop boxes and up in the cloud, Apple Cloud, iCloud, whatever it is, that our information is safe on the particular server that it is on, that it is safe. So be careful and be selective with the type of things that you may want to put up there. If it's photos, be careful of the type of, when no one's saying, I need to stop. We want to be careful about the type of photos that we put up there, because something innocent to you may not be innocent to the people that are looking at that. And then everyone is out here and no one wants to get in trouble. No one wants to lose their job. So if I'm the person that's looking at something that you sent to the server, i.e. the cloud, then, and I don't think that it's appropriate. This is just me and, my Christian church going, just use it as an example. And then I'm calling somebody. Hey. Mary over here, this isn't right. Then I start crying and carrying on. And then the next person, you know how that goes. So, yeah, you can get in trouble. So I'm just saying, be careful of the stuff that you want to send up to the cloud thinking that you're saved. No one is going to see it, etc. Because we do have courts and people can go get warrants and get judges to sign off on these warrants, etc. Do you all follow what it is that I am saying? Too much phone. Too much camera, like my daughter. You messing with your phone too much for me. I ain't got time for it. But yeah, that just came into my brain. Day 3 said reevaluate your subscription services, all the subscription things and models that are out here, subscriptions, streamings, all of these things. Make sure that you are evaluating them. If you're not using them, haven't been using them for a while, get rid of them. And of course, you can save yourself some cash. All of these things. And then, of course, there may be some that you might want to subscribe to that is going to be helpful to you and or your children. Just saying. So just, and this doesn't have to be something you do once a month. You can, do this checklist. You can do it every month or every 3 months, because things change. You may lose a job. You may gain more money, and you may want to, do your financial goal checklist all over again, etc. Things are happening. So, yeah. Like I said, this was a financial freshness thing, and it goes all the way through day 30, all the way through day 30. Like I said, I jump around and do what it is that I do, what works for me. Evaluate your budget category limits. And of course, in order to do this, you're going to, over a few months, you're going to review and keep up with what it is that you are spending on all the different areas. It could be food, it could be home decor, it could be clothing, it could be anything that you have in your budget. And you're going to, over a period of time, 3 months, 4 months, whatever you decide, hey, I've been spending an average of $1,500 for food, during this particular time frame. That is a little bit too much, because I'm going in there and I'm cooking and I'm finding I'm having to throw fruits and vegetables away because I haven't used them. They've gone bad, and some of the stuff has expired, and even though I keep it and possibly use past the expiration date, I haven't been doing it. And so now, this particular time around, I noticed that I've thrown a lot of food away. or maybe I'm cooking too much food and the leftovers aren't being eaten, the leftovers aren't being taken to work, etc. And now I'm throwing food away due to that, or the kids, they're not eating as much for whatever reason, etc., etc. They're not taking lunch this week. It could be a whole host of things, but evaluate how much you are spending in each category so you can get a feel for how much you actually need, and then you can set your budget limits for the new amounts, all of that stuff. And it says to increase or decrease where needed. Yes. If you have a budgeting station, and I kind of sort of do, I have an area where I keep, all of my little budgeting stuff for my cash stuffing and my, a list of, all of the bills and what we owe and account numbers and all that stuff. So my husband and I can go in there and look at it, see what's going on, and, line out stuff as it happens or change amounts, etc. I keep on the budgeting station. And he has access to it, of course. So if you have that, or think that you may need that, etc. If you're with someone else, and they may need to be in the know as to what all is going on. And also in there it has, besides the budget stuff, the bills and all the stuff that's going on now, not the life insurance policy or anything like that. It just had, the information, who it is, how much it is, etc., etc., etc. So if something happens, they know who to call, where to pick up, etc. So if you want to have that in another binder, folder, etc., some other place, then that is a great thing. All the stuff to do in case I drop dead, whoever the I is in your family, the husband or the wife, that is. Also in your phone or tablets, etc., online, your laptops, etc., you might want to go through those things and unsubscribe from a lot of the mails that you are getting from stores that will give you a credit card, etc., and a whole host of other things also too, because I'm subscribing to some stuff, and I've been going in my phone when I remember to do it, to unsubscribe when I'm not looking at this list, of course, and unsubscribing from a whole host of emails that I signed up for, and I don't even read the emails. So you want to make sure that you're decluttering your phone and tablets and all this other stuff as you go along. Also with your contacts, especially for the friends and family, etc., colleagues, etc., that you may have in here that you have not worked with in forever and a day. Because I just took some of them out, haven't seen them, talked to them since I worked with them, etc. Delete those friends that you no longer have. They've gone on, they moved, they haven't contacted you. Do a declutter of all of that stuff, folks. Do a declutter of all of that stuff. It's just taking up space in your phone, etc. Just taking up space. And of course, every year you should, go online or mail in to the annualcreditreport.com to get your free credit report. And of course, you can, sign up and get the other items to your credit score, all of that good stuff. Make sure that you're doing that. And of course, any of the physical things that you need to get done, make sure that if you have a planner, because some people utilize planners, etc., that you are, the month for your mammogram, if you had one last year, you want to do one the same month again to keep it going, any other type of lady-related stuff. But don't forget your dental or your optometry and any other something that you may need to do at a particular age, like the colonoscopy, or anything that if you have something going on with you that is chronic, ongoing, etc., if there are intervals that you need to do it, make sure you get all of that in your planner. If you have one of those, your habit planner, your Erin Condren, whatever it is that you use, your traveler's notebook, or if you just use calendars, make sure you put all that information on there, so and have it someplace. Even if you just do it on your phone, have it someplace so that you can see it, so that you can know and remember to go back and make the appointments in a timely fashion, so that you can stay on track with all of that. And of course, the insurance is going to be critical. If you have it through your job, fine. If you have it some other type of way, fine. If you don't have insurance, for it, then make sure that you get the money somehow. Go to your state, ask for assistance. I know I'm going all over the place, but these things just come to me, and I just got to say them when they come to me. But the credit report is going to be good for you, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'll just talk a little bit about the credit report, and then I will stop the chatting and go off for a little bit, and I may come back, pop in here and there to possibly finish this up or talk about something else. But yeah, make sure that you are getting your credit report. Now, know that you can get it online. Make sure that you are looking at it. If you are on your financial journey and you have had some hiccups before and you're trying to get things together, right, straight, so you can get your credit back together so that you can apply for loans for whatever reason, hopefully the mortgage, etc., a mortgage because you want to buy a home or something or another like that, or you need cash so you can start your business, or some startup cash so you can start your business, but you can always save for that. But the credit report is going to be important. Get it, make sure you read it, make sure that the information is correct on it. If it isn't, then you got to take corrective action, and you can do it yourself depending on how crazy it is, but you can always do it yourself. You're just going to have to put some time into it. But yeah, getting that credit report is going to be key and critical. And your credit score is going to be helpful also into. Got to make sure all the stuff's on there is correct. If you are a junior or a senior or something or other like that, make sure that your dad's stuff isn't on you, the son stuff, etc. And make sure if you do find such things, you are reporting them to the credit bureaus. Make sure that you are reporting that information to the credit bureau. And when you do, make sure that you always send it certified, signature required, return receipt. Doesn't cost a whole lot because this is going to be important. And if it gets lost in the mail, you have nothing to say that you did it. You have nothing to say that you did it. So I am going to leave it there, folks. I am going to leave it there, and I will go off. I'm going to pick up this tablet so I can hit the mute button. I tried to do it the other way and it just didn't work, but nonetheless, thank you all for joining me. The live is still going on, folks. The live is still going on. Come on in and chat with me. Come on in and chat with me. Chat with us. Come on in and chat with us, folks. Come on in and chat. See you soon.